Let's try this word problem which involves substitution. A pair of pants cost $40 more than a shirt. The items together cost $120. Find the cost of each item. The first thing I'll do is designate variables. P can stand for the cost of the pants. Whereas S can stand for the cost of the shirt. Now we can't start off just by saying that the pants equal the shirt in cost. That's not the case. We need to modify this equation to make it true. So keep in mind that the cost of the pants is large compared to the cost of the shirt. The pants cost more according to the wording. But we can't have an equation where one side is bigger than the other. We have to make a true equation where both sides are equal. So we want to modify one of the sides to make it big enough that it matches the other side. So we want to add 40 to one of these. Which one should we add it to? We want to add it to the shirt. Because if we do, then the right side will be as large as the left side. Now it's a true equation. We can't solve one equation of two variables. We need two equations of two variables in order to arrive at the final solution. So let's use the other statement to form another equation. The items together cost $120. So in math, the way we find a total cost would be by adding the pants plus the shirt total up to $120. And there we go. Now we just have to solve this system of equations, and we can use substitution to do it. The pants are equal to S plus 40. We have the pants in the other equation. What we want to do is we want to take that S plus 40 and replace P with it. What do we get? S plus 40 goes in the place of P. Then you have to bring everything else down, even the plus S. Now we'll combine like terms. S plus S makes 2S. We'll subtract. We'll get 2S equals 80. Divide by 2 to reveal that S is actually 40. Now, in order to complete our solution, we should take the 40 and plug it back into either of the other two original equations. I'll plug it in to this equation. The pants cost $80. That is our solution. Now you can always check your solution by plugging the results back into the original equations. And so, are the pants $40 more than the shirt? Yes, they are. Do the cost of the pants plus the cost of the shirts actually add to $120? Yes, they do. So it checks. Let's try the next one. I'll let J stand for the cost of a jacket. T can stand for the cost of a tie. Once again, we can't just simply say that the cost of the jacket equals the cost of the tie. They're not equal according to the wording. The jacket actually costs more. So this side of the equation is large, and this side would be small right now. We need to introduce a 4 here, and we want to do a multiplication. 4 times one of the variables. So which one should we multiply by 4? The J or the T? Which choice would make equality? The answer is multiply the T by 4. And now the equation is true. Okay, we also need one more equation. The items together cost $90. So the jacket plus the tie equals 90. Now let's use substitution to solve the system. We want to take the 4t, since we have j alone, j is isolated here, we want to replace j in the other equation with 4t. So take the j out, put a 4t in its place. But the critical thing is to remember to bring down all the rest of the terms, even the t. Sometimes people forget the t. So, by adding like terms, if you've got 4 apples plus 1 apple, how many apples do you have? 5 apples. Now we'll just divide. T is 18. Now that we know what t is, we want to take that value of t and plug it back into the original equation. We want to plug it back into one of the original equations. So we'll get j equals 4 times 18 j equals 72. At a restaurant, the tax you pay on a meal is 8% or 8 over 100 of the cost of the meal itself. If the total bill, including the tax, comes to $54, what is the tax paid on the meal? Let's let x equal the cost of the meal, and t can stand for the tax. So I think the easier of the two equations to write here is actually the total. The meal plus the tax comes to $54 total. The more difficult equation to write is the one that actually calculates what the tax will be. And it comes down to the meaning and math of the word of. Of in math means multiplication. And so when it says that you'll do 8 over 100 of the cost of the meal, they really mean 8 over 100 times the cost of the meal. That's how you calculate the tax. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to take this part and we want to substitute it in for the tax in the other equation. That'll give us x plus 8 over 100x equals 54. Now we have an equation of just one variable, x. However, solving this is a little tricky. One of the first things I'll do is I'll change the 8 over 100 into its decimal form. Which is 0.08. Also notice that the x is alone, which means its coefficient is a 1. So if we are to add like terms here, we want 1 apple plus 0.08 apples. How many apples does that give us? 1.08 apples. Now we'll want to just divide by that 1.08. Thus revealing that the cost of the meal was actually $50. We can now plug that back in to here and get t equals 0.08 times 50 . The tax is $4. The meal costs $50 and the tax was $4.